What's up everybody, and welcome to the FM Scout YouTube channel, and welcome to another episode of Into the Future here with J&O. In this series we take a promising youngster and go into the future with them and see how they progress in their career. Do they become a world beater? Do they reach international and club success? And even what they do after their playing career is over. And today the episode is featuring Malcom, a Brazilian wonder kid with great promise who currently plies his trade in France with Bordeaux. But before we get any further into this episode, make sure to go and check out my channel J&O FM, where currently we're doing a West Ham save where we are going into our 4th season, having had 2 seasons in the Champions League, and also running an AFC Wimbledon save where we are back into the Championship, hoping to get ourselves into the Premiership. If you enjoy the content over there, make sure to subscribe and like any of the videos you enjoy, and let's get on with this episode. So we start off with Malcom at age of 19, and I just want to iterate that if you take this player yourself and move into the future with him, coaching him and helping him prosper, you will probably get a lot better of a player than you're going to see in this episode. But we're going to see what the AI can do with Malcom, and he starts at Bordeaux as we mentioned. He is 19 years old, has 11 under-20 caps with only 1 under-20 goal. He's currently valued at 8.25 million and is earning 21.5k a week, and is considered a first-team player and a wonder kid. We can see that he has player traits including curling the ball, and he likes to cut inside from the right wing. His favourite position seems to be a winger in the attacking midfield left strata. And if we take a look at his stats, we can see that you have a player that has a lot of greens there and a lot of promise. For this type of player, I would like to see very good dribbling, very good composure in front of goal, and very good vision. We want him to be involved with the attacking play as much as possible. As a Brazilian wonder kid, he does have decent agility, decent flair. His dribbling is only 13 though. For a Brazilian wonder kid, I'd like it to be a little bit higher. And his technique is good at 15. What we'd want to see as we move into the future with this player is things like his finishing and dribbling improving, as well as composure in front of goal. We'd definitely want that to be improved as well. If we go into his history, we can see he started his career in Corinthians, and in the 2014 season and the 2015 season, he was a regular player, but he only got 2 goals in his first season out of 20 games and 5 goals in his second season out of 31. That was enough for Bordeaux to come in and buy him for 4.3 million, and in the 2015-2016 season, he had 12 appearances for them, only scoring 1 goal. However, if we do look at his achievements, we can see in 2015 he already has a trophy to his name, becoming a Brazilian national first division champion. So let's move forward a couple of years, see if this player can improve, and see what improvements specifically happen to his stats. Okay, so we are now 4 years into the future and in the 2020, or at least the end of the 2020 season, and we can notice a couple of things right off the bat. The very first thing you'll notice is he has changed club. He has moved to Lille in France still, and he is now valued at 27.5 million and earning 120k per week. He's become a key player for Lille, and also he has increased his under 20 caps, getting 19 under 20 caps and scoring 8 goals, which is a fair few goals since the last time we saw him play for the Brazil under 20s. He is now described by the media as a winger, and his personality has changed from balanced to fairly determined, which will help his stats improve. We can also see player traits of increases. He has gets forward whenever possible and places shots, added to curls ball and cuts inside from the right. And overall, those stats already look slightly better, although finishing doesn't seem to have jumped up as much as I'd have liked. So first of all, let's look at how the technical attributes have improved from the age of 19 to 23. And off the bat, we can see that there are a lot more dark greens on the age of 23 than there are on the age of 19. His corners and crossing have both improved up to 15 from 14 and 13, as has his dribbling from 13 to 15. His finishing has only improved 1. His first touch and free kick taken are now both at 16 from 15 and 14 apiece. His heading has improved to 11, but his long shots have stayed the same. Long throws and marking are the exact same as the long shots, with his passing and penalty taking moving up 1 each from 13 to 14 and 12 to 13. His tackling has improved, but we're not too bothered about that, and his technique has gone up 1 as well. If we have a look at his mental attributes, we can see that his anticipation has driven up by 3 from 12 to 15. His composure has also gone up by 1 to 13. His concentration is now up to 12 from 9. His decisions has gone up 2 to 16. His determination has also jumped up 1 to 15. His flair hasn't improved, which is a bit of a shame, but he is more of a leader now, having his stats jump up from 10 to 13. Off the ball has gone up 1 to 15. Positioning also up 1 to 9. Teamwork has stayed the same at 13, but his vision has improved to 14, and his work rate is still at 14. And if we have a look at his physicals, as usual, with age, his physicals have improved. He's not got any taller, and his weight hasn't gone up, but his acceleration has gone up to 17. His agility stayed the same, as has his balance and jumping reach, but his natural fitness is up 1 to 14. Pace up to 17 from 15, stamina up from 17 to 14, and his strength is up by 1 to 7. So we look for the transfer that moved him from Bordeaux to Lille, and we can see he moved for 38.5 million, which is a lot of money, which kind of suggests that Lille are doing very well for themselves to be spending that amount. In the first season in the game, he had 33 appearances, scoring 6 goals and 5 assists for Bordeaux, getting a 6.99 average rating. Before he had 37 games in the next season, 12 goals and 3 assists with a 7.01 rating. Then he had that big money move, having 35 appearances that season for Lille, getting 10 goals and 6 assists, getting an average rating of 7.21. So far, that is his best season. The next season, 14 goals and 8 assists, but not as good an average rating from 38 appearances. But he has become a very important player for Lille. If we have a look at his achievements, and we can see straight off the bat that there's a lot of them. He's been introduced into the Lille Best 11 and the Seasonal Best 11, a multitude of League One Team of the Weeks, and has officially become Bordeaux's record sale with that 29.5 million transfer, which obviously rose to 38.5 million. We can also see he was even named Brazil Under-20s captain before he got to the age where he couldn't play for them anymore. Okay, so now let's move another 5 years and see if he can keep this upward trend to his career. Okay, so we've moved another 5 years to the end of the 2025 season. And again, the colour of the screen has changed as Malcom has made a move to Chelsea. He's now valued at 43.5 million, earning 180k per week, and is a first team player for Chelsea. But have a quick look, everyone, at the nationality. He has changed his nationality to French, and he has 8 caps for the French team. If we look at his personality, it's still fairly determined, with the same media description, and he hasn't added any traits to his bow. At first glance, his stats do look like they have improved yet again, but as we can see, we don't really notice any change to his roles and duties. Taking a look at his progression as a player, we can see now in his technicals that his corners has improved by 1 again. His dribbling has actually dropped down to 14, however, from 15. His first touch has gone up to 17 from 16. His long throws has gone up, but we're not too bothered about that. His tackling has decreased to 5, and his technique has gone up to 17. So there's improvement in some stats, but there's also a few drops in there as well. We then look at his mental stats, and we can see that there is an improvement in his composure to 14 from 13, and an improvement in his leadership from 13 to 14, and then finally an improvement in his vision up to 15 from 14, but not as many improvements as we'd like to see here. And finally, looking at his physicals, and there's a decline straight away on his acceleration, but an improvement on his balance, another decline in his jumping reach, and a decline in his stamina as well, but an increase in his strength, and we can see he's put on a kg. Looking at his history, and first off, that is a very big transfer to Chelsea there at 70 million. Looking at his final performances for Lille, we can see a 32 appearance season with 7 goals, 5 assists, a very good 36 appearances in the 2021-22 season, 13 goals, 11 assists. You love to see a midfielder with double figures in goals and assists, and a 7.38 average rating. 24 appearances in the next season with 11 goals and 2 assists, with a 7.41 rating, but he didn't get as many goals and assists in that season, and his final season, 18 goals, his highest goal total, 5 assists and a 7.16 rating. Then after his £70 million move to Chelsea, he has played 30 games for them, getting 8 goals and 7 assists, getting a 7.21 rating. If we have a look at his landmark achievements, overall he has got a runners-up medal in the FA Cup. He has won the French Cup with Lille in the 2024 calendar year. Won the Coupe de la Ligue with Lille in 2024 as well. Runners-up for the Trophée des Champions, but won the European International League with France. Also in 2023, he also won the French Cup with another runners-up medal in the Coupe de la Ligue. Also named in the 2022 League One Stars team of the competition. Another Coupe de la Liga trophy win. And a third place in the Olympic Games with Brazil under 23s. So let's move on another 5 years and see if he can win any more medals or any more achievements for this new French player's career. Okay, so we can finally see that he hasn't made another transfer. He has stayed at Chelsea to the age of 33. He is now considered a world-class winger with no additional traits, but he's now dropped in value to 3.8, which happens when you get old. He is on 135k per week, however, and has 40 caps for France, getting 6 goals. I'm not going to take a guess at what has happened to these stats. I imagine there's improvements and declines, but I can't really tell at first glance. So if we have a closer look at his technicals, we can see some improvement straight off the bat with corners and crossing to 17. He has dropped in dribbling again to 13, but his finishing has improved up to 13. From 12. His free kick taking has also got better, with his heading decreasing to 10. His long throws have dropped, but we're not bothered about that. Passing is up to 15 now, with penalty taking up to 14, and the rest has stayed the same. So there seems to be improvements in technique apart from dribbling. Taking a look at his mentals, and we can see that his anticipation and composure have both improved by 1. But that is all the change we see in Malcom's mentals. And then his physicals have started to decline. We can see acceleration has dropped to 13 from 16. Agility has dropped 5 to 11. Balance down 2 to 12. Natural fitness has actually gone up 1, but his pace has dropped 3 to 14 and stamina down 3 to 13. Having a look at how his career continued at Chelsea, we can see that generally he managed to get 30 games or more, with seasons like the 2025-26 season where he got 12 goals. We had the next season where he had 12 goals and 9 assists, 11 goals and 5 assists the next season after that, and then it started to decline from that point onwards from about 2028. Looking at his achievements leading up to the age of 33, what you will notice is he has won the Euro Cup with Chelsea and has a few runners-up medals in the World Cup and the European Super Cup with Chelsea, and then another runners-up medal in the English FA Cup. So unfortunately, apart from one major trophy win, which is the Euro Cup, he seems to have fallen short in his career in England. So we have seen the progression of Malcom in his playing career, but let's just quickly have a look and see what he ends up doing once he retires. Okay, so we come back in the 2037 season, and what I will tell you before we get into what he is currently doing is he did get released by Chelsea and was a free agent for a while. But we can see he did go into management and is currently the under-19 manager for Nice. He's on 5.75k per week, ended his career on 43 caps and 6 goals for France. And we can see that he's turned out to be a pretty decent manager. His attacking attribute is 15, his mental is at 17, technically 19, and working with youngsters at 16. He's also a very determined staff member with a determination of 15, and likes to play a 4-2-3-1 wide. If we have a look at his history, he didn't play too many seasons after we last left him, and then of course there was this season 2032-33 where he did not play a game. So he ended his career with a transfer spend on him of 112 million. We can see that he didn't do much after we last left him as far as playing goes. Released on a free transfer in 2032 season. He acquired his National A coaching licence at West Brom under 18s before he moved to Nice to become their manager. He acquired his Continental C coaching licence and a Continental B coaching licence but doesn't seem to have won any trophies with this side. Anyway guys, thank you so much as always for tuning in to another episode of Into the Future on the FM Scout YouTube channel. If you've enjoyed this episode and you enjoy the content on this channel, make sure to go and subscribe for daily Football Manager videos. Leave a like on this video to show your support, and also go and check out the FM Scout website where you can get tactics and skins and player reports and so much more. Well, that wraps up this episode. I've been J&O. Thank you so much for joining me on this ride looking at Malcom into the future, and I will catch you guys next time.